Hello there, good morning everybody. How are you today? We're really busy on YouTube this morning. Julia's first in. Hello, Jeanette, Shelley, Mandy, and Techers Gaming. Thank you. And Sheila, hello. Hello, Jenny Jones, Mandy, we've got on Facebook. Janet, hello. Sue, Penny, Linda. Have we got anybody sewing along today? Do let me know. It's quite a simple one that we're doing today. It's a little drawstring bag, but it's a little bit different as we like it to be because it's got the round base. Sorry, I was a little bit squished there. It's got a round base and it's gathered, which actually makes it very easy to sew because you don't need to, you know, you're not fitting something exact around a circle because it's gathered. So if your cutting isn't exactly perfect, doesn't really matter. Hi, Ange and Lois, morning to you. She says, I'm here, says Lois, hello. Let me know if I'm going too quick, you want to slow down, speed up, shut up, talk more, let me know. But so dark at 6 a.m. Oh, hi Rita. Morning everybody. Boogie the Snooky. Hello. Hello Linda, Michelle, Nancy. Well, this is Half Yard Sewing Club, so we're on the Half Yard Club Facebook page, as you can probably see. YouTube probably doesn't look very much different, but at the end of each month, the last Saturday in the month, we do a sew along. But I want to give you a little bit more info about, oh, Alison's sewing along, about the Half Yard Club, if you're new to us, and come and let us know if you're joining up today, if you just joined up, if you're a new member, and if you're not, let me know what you think. What have you been making? Be nice to hear from you. Oh, Anne's still watching from her husband's. He's been there for ages, Anne. So give him our love again. Patricia, hello to you. Hot and humid, says Mama. Morning, Patrice. Karen loved her kilogram bundle. Lovely. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more at some point. Right, so Half Yard Club. I did have a message on Facebook this morning asking, I can't remember what your name was, I'm afraid, but asking what, how it works, how you know what the projects are. So basically there is a video on the homepage of the website and I'll explain a little bit about the way that it works there. And apart from that, if you've signed up for the newsletter, then that'll give you the details of all of the projects that are coming up. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, please do. Or you could actually go on the website and the newsletters are going to be posted there now. So let me just show you what happens here. So this is the Half Yard Club as I'm already signed in. So no video on there, there's no point because you're already a member. And as you scroll down, you'll see what the latest project is. And again, this will be explained in your newsletter, what it's going to be. And then there's past projects, projects that are making a comeback. Now these projects will stay on the website for 2 years, but occasionally we bring one back just because we can. So there's your main project, then there's your secondary project. This is another one that's come back for you. So you've got an applique advent calendar, and then there's a block of the month as well. So let's take a look at the sewing projects. You will have access to all of these the minute that you join. And they're all sections, so you've got Maddie and Robin, there's the block of the month. The block of the months don't come down after 2 years, so you will have 4 years worth of blocks of the month that you can make up. Excuse me. And what else have we got there? Let's have a look at dressmaking. So we've got the summer skirt, that's my favourite. We've got a bow tie, the made to measure skirt with darts, beach poncho, the boxy tops, elasticated trousers, pencil skirts. None of these need patterns, so they're all made to measure. Maddie and Robin, they don't come down either, so you'll always have Maddie and Robin and all of the projects that go along with them. And let's have a look at some bags. So 2 that are coming back. There's quite a few bags, but they're all purposeful. Things like the tool belt, it could be a bag, and a sewing machine bag, something for your laptop. So they're not all handbags. They're all very different. And have we got a quilting one? Maddie and Robin, outdoor special occasion storage. Let's have a look at accessories. Oh, the hats are still on there. These are really nice for this time of year when it's starting to get a little bit chilly, although it doesn't seem to be getting a little bit chilly, to be honest. When you expect it to be getting a little bit chilly, those are really useful. So that's a basic overview. So we'll let you know on the 1st of the month what your project's going to be with the video. Halfway through the month, normally around the 15th, you'll have your secondary projects. On the 1st of the month, you'll have your block of the month as well. Now we have a brand new block of the month starting in January, and I'll give you the details of that in a couple of weeks' time. I'm very good, thank you, Christine. Bag section is Mayfair Forest Witch's favourite. That's an appropriate name for this time of year. Anne says it's well worth joining. Excellent value. Thank you. So yes, it's £5.99 a month if you're in the UK. If you join for a whole year, you'll have 2 months free. And that will translate as whatever currency you're in for wherever you are in the world, because there's nothing to post out, there's no shipping, everything is downloadable. Oh, thank you, Fee. Been looking at magazines. The cheapest was £7.99 with 2 full patterns, 4 pages of hints and tips, 3 Meet the Makers, 4 mini makes, and 2 pages of subscription offers and 47 adverts. She says £5.99 for the Half Yard Club is a bargain. Actually, thank you, Fee, because, yeah, when you look at it that way, there aren't any adverts. There are lots of offers on there. There's discounts on books, because I run this with SearchPress, my publishers, so you get a discount on any book that you buy there. 30% off my books as well, which I think is rather over-generous, but, you know, that's what we like. But when you join, because we don't take anything down for 2 years, you'll have 48 projects. And 24 of those will have videos with them. And then you'll have 4 years worth of block of the month as well. And then there's all the hints and the tips. And we do meet a member makes and all that kind of thing. So, yep, you're absolutely right. £5.99 compared to a magazine is a bargain. Been off work with sciatica. Oh, couldn't sit to sew. What a waste of a week. Oh, Kate. Hope you're all right now. And the tips and friendly people, says Jan as well. Yes, because we do have, I haven't looked on it for a couple of days, so apologies. We do have an Ask the Member, which is kind of a forum. So you can see Megan's asking, Laura's answered. New to this, just want to say thanks for the welcome and ask what sort of fabric you use for lining projects in bags. And you kind of all join in together. It's a really nice place to be. So that's the Ask a Member section. So if you've got any questions about any projects, I get in there as often as I can. So do the Half Yard Club team. And they have a bit of a chat and hopefully sort you out. Oh, thank you, Angie. I try. Chris says, without the Half Yard Club, I would not have started my first quilt. Well worth joining. Thank you so much, Debbie. No, thank you. Thank you lot. You keep me going. So basically, we are a team of, I can't remember how many. It was started by myself and Caroline, who's Mrs. SearchPress. It was her idea, and we got our heads together and thought, yeah, let's do this, but we need to do it properly, we need to do it professionally. So we have a whole team. So there's myself and Caroline still. I do creative photography. Kim helps me out on that as well. And then we have Emily, who's my editor, and she's also editing some books for me. So you know that all of the projects are worded correctly and all of that kind of thing. Then we have a proofreader, Betsy, and she will check and double check all of the measurements and things like that, just to make sure everything makes sense before it goes out to you. Then we have Emma, who's a graphic designer, and she designs all the patterns. So I draw patterns, she digitizes them and makes them proper and downloadable for you as well. And whoever missed out, Claire and Sophie are social media. So they deal with all of the Facebook, Instagram, newsletters, all of that kind of thing. So we're quite a big team, really, and everybody is really passionate about it. It's something that all of us are really proud to be involved in, and that's thanks to you for all of your support. So yes, we keep the price as low as we can. I think if you have a look around at other subscription websites, you can pay an awful lot more for an awful lot less, and we want to keep it that way because we want everybody to be able to join. So yes, £5.99 a month is all you're going to pay. I don't buy coffee from Starbucks and places like that, or the drive-throughs, or Costas, I can't remember. But I've been told that it's around about the same price as that and a tea cake. Thanks, my pink parcel. The fabric bundle was fantastic. Oh, jolly good. And she says, anyone thinking of joining the Half Yard Club, don't hesitate. Oh, and of course, yes, Kath, thanks for mentioning. You do get 10% off my website. and not of my website, of any product on my website. Just to cut in to myself there and explain, because some people do still get confused about it. The Half Yard Sewing Club is a subscription website with myself and SearchPress, one business, and then Debbie Shaw Sewing is a completely separate website. So the two don't cross over at all. You'll have your own accounts on each website if you want to. You'll have your own passwords. You know, they are completely separate entities altogether. But if you so there's nothing to buy on Half Yard Club. There's nothing to shop for. There's a link to the SearchPress website if you wanted to buy books with discount, but you don't buy anything from the Half Yard Club. It's purely the projects. But with my website, because I'm thinking Half Yard Club, I have my website there. That's sewing products, and there will be a code on the Half Yard Club website to get 10% discount on mine. Oh, thank you, Alice. She loves her bundle. Biz loves the club, well worth the cost, especially per year. And I pay in Canadian dollars. Christian says it's fantastic value. Thank you. Well, if you've got any questions or you want to see anything, I know one question, if you weren't watching the other day, was what's going to be the project for next month. This is your project for last month. What did we do halfway? I can't remember what the secondary project was. Anyway, so that's up there at the moment, which is the table runner and placemats, and this is going to come up next month, which is Tuesday, isn't it? My sister's birthday, and it's a card holder. It could be a card holder, it could be a wall hanging, it could be a table runner. You can add to it and make it bigger and make it into a whole quilt if you wanted to, or if you've got more cards to hang, then of course you can do that. There will be a video with this as well, and it fits actually quite nice size cards in there too. Or if you didn't want to use it for cards, it could be, I don't know, it could be for photos and things like that as well, or notelets, or just things that you need to store basically. So it's quite an easy make. I think it's one of those things that looks quite complicated, but it's an awful lot more simpler than you might think. Although it looks like there's lots of matching points, it's actually very simple to do. Now I hand sewed the binding on this because that's the way that I like to do it, but there's no reason why you couldn't bag it out if you prefer, if you don't want to put the binding on. But I kind of like the binding. I think it makes it look really different. I don't know where the mouse is. Hello today. Oh yeah, spot them as yourselves then. Anyway, it's so long, so shall we do some sewing? Vivian recently joined the Half Yard Club, but not sure if I asked for the newsletter. If you didn't, let me show you really quickly, because you can go, when you go to your account, because you manage the account yourself, you can join it again, or ask for it again there. Don't know if I'm logged in as admin, so it might not do it. Oh, there, receive the newsletter and Half Yard Sewing Club emails. It's right there. So that's your account, your personal details, and that's where you're going to put it. And you can put a picture of yourself there as well if you like. So just tick that box and then you'll receive, I haven't put anything else in, then you'll receive it. Otherwise, the latest newsletter is now here. So this is what you'll receive every month. Obviously it's going to change every month. Oh look, you're looking at a white screen while everything's whizzing around. I'll come back to that in a minute. You receive the email every month on the first of the month, then one halfway through the month, but you do need to tick that box. I think a lot of people don't, because they think we're going to start sending you adverts and things like that, and we don't. This is the kind of thing that you're going to receive. And of course you can click on all of these and it takes you straight to the website. That's your block of the month for this month. The next thing with this one is going to be making it up, so you've got a quilt that's finished in time for Christmas. Returning projects, I mentioned those earlier on, we've got a couple of those. This is Helen, and look, that's our Meet the Member. The live stream, that's where we are now. Tips and techniques, some of your pictures of things that you've made. And then, gift subscription, we do gifts as well. And any offers that we're doing pop up there as well. Anyway, Val won £60 on bingo last week and was wondering what to do with it. Oh, welcome along, Val. What better way to spend your £60? Right, I'm just going to plug my iron in and we'll get sewing. Oh, I don't spam you, Alice. We don't spam. We don't ask you for anything other than your $5.99 a month. You're not going to be sent bills for anything. There's no extra charges or anything like that. That's it. That's just what it is. Debbie says DJ Mouse is in the house. Blodwyn, yeah, I'm not going to do a dedicated video for this one at the moment because I haven't got time. But this will be on YouTube, so if you want to catch up later on, you can actually fast forward all the chatty bits if you just wanted to watch the video. Is the 4-inch measurement circle diameter or radius? It's diameter, Helen. So 4 inches across. That would be a very tiny 4-inch circle if it was circumference, wouldn't it? But yeah. So yeah, 4 inches across. It doesn't have to be exact. So if you've got something around about 4 inches, so 3.5 might be a bit small, but 4, 4.25, 4.5 doesn't really matter. That little bit won't actually make very much difference with this bit. Blodgin says she likes the chatty bits. Julie, if you don't get any notifications and you've ticked the box, could you email the team? I said I don't do admin, I just do projects and creative. So if you email info@halfyardsewingclub.com, then one of the girls will sort you out. Oh, Anita says she loves all the Saturday mornings and Wednesday afternoons, loves Half Yard Sewing Club too. Thank you. Oh, Irene, my project as we speak is dismantling my daughter's beautiful wedding dress with at least 1,000 beads into different sized Debbie bags. Oh, Irene, that's going to keep you busy. Sorting clothes out for a haul, says Iris. If you're humming and hawing about joining the Half Yard Club, do it now, says Rosina in capital letters. If you do it before the 1st, you'll be able to download the ones that come off on the 1st. Oh, that's a good idea, Rosina. We do let you know which projects are coming down. So, you know, I was saying after 2 years, the projects disappear, but we'll let you know which ones are going so that you can download a link to them. The reason we download the link is because we don't want you downloading the videos, because it's just going to fill up your PC or your laptop or however you watch, and we didn't want that to happen. But there will be a link to, it's not YouTube, can't remember, but there will be a video link, and then of course you can download and print off the instructions or just save the instructions. They'll just be in a Word document anyway. So yes, so you don't necessarily miss out. But yes, if you join before the 1st, so join before Tuesday, you'll have the extra projects that are going to come down on the 1st. Good thinking. You're smart, you lot. Yeah. Owen Fee says you don't get a search bar in a magazine to find a project from 2 years ago. Imagine thumbing through 2 years of pages to find one item. Absolutely, Fee. And all those adverts. Oh, thank you, Laura. The chair back storage comes down this month. Thank you. Vimeo, that's the one, Rosina. What? I didn't know. Oh, thank you. Right. Anyway, let's sew. So, have you cut out your bits and pieces already? You should have one outer and one lining fabric each, measuring, I'm in inches, 22 inches by 8 inches, and then 2 circles for the base, 4-inch circles. And then on this one I used a different fabric for the drawstring channel, but I'm going to use the same as the lining. So these are 2 10-inch by 3-inch pieces, and we're going to do those first of all. And like this. So, still can't find my little ironing pad. I think Kim's had it. And I think I need to move my table a little bit. Okay. It would work with 21 inches, Deirdre, yes. I said it doesn't have to be exact, this one. So I'm folding the ends of these over by by 1/4 of an inch twice. Same on this one, and then we'll sew them. That doesn't have to be exact, just fold them over a couple of times, don't worry about measuring it. Okay, then this one. Have we got Lisa? I didn't think you were going to be here today, mate. No one's watching it. You just remember to save the video but forget to download the instructions. But the the girls in the club are always helpful. Do you know, they really are. They're such a lovely bunch down there. We were down there, me and Kim, a couple of weeks ago because we were having a planning meeting about what's happening over the next 6 months. And maybe a new look for the newsletter and updating the website photos and things like that. And they're just such a nice bunch of girls to be around, and everyone kind of chips in. Everybody's got an idea, and you know, even the ones that don't sew so much will think, oh, we could do this, we could make that, and oh no, we did something too similar to that last time, let's do this time. And I did take down the next block of the month to show them as well, and I have to say it's very impressive. So have we done that bit? Right. I'm nervous about sewing along. Oh, who's nervous about sewing along? Oh, well, you can always watch it back later. Don't worry about it. Nothing to be nervous about. Right. And then we're going to fold this in half, and that's going to make the channel. I thought I may as well do this while I've got the iron on here. So with the folded sides facing inwards, let's fold that in half there. Let's do that. And I think that's it for the iron. Righty-ho, then we're going to sew down these two sides here like that. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry about this. I just want to see if I can... No, I can't. Move my camera towards me, I was going to say, because it seems to be over there and I'm working here, but we're fine. Right, so let's get the machine in. Change of plan, waiting for a man to come and look at the walls. Damp course done last year, but one wall's still damp. Oh, there's nothing worse, is there? Any news when the new quilt kits are coming? Angie, they're being cut as we speak. I've sent them off to a cutting company because I'm expecting there to be a few hundred of them. So G700. I thought we'd got that, Alana. Maybe in a couple of weeks. You haven't even seen the quilt yet. You might not want to make it. You'll want to make it. It's lovely. Right, let's sew down each side here. I can do that there. That might be easier. So just top stitching along there to hold that in place. Hi, Ruby. Got a couple of rubies. What are you doing today? What are you doing with Grandma today? I'm taking a snowman and penguin and a wobbly tree when I go to Thailand for Christmas. Or just because they fancy the trip with you, maybe. Leslie, the projects that are coming down will they'll tell you in the newsletter. So again, if you don't get the newsletter, have a look at the newsletter on the website and it should tell you there. Jean was sewn along to the box bag video yesterday. Did well until turning through and got stuck. Took ages. Debbie finished before it got started. Okay, so again, just top stitching down there. Got to take the tree, maybe do some bunting to hang in my cabin. That's a nice idea. Right, I'm not sure, Alana. I shall have a word with my daughter. If you're watching, Kim, we need G700. I'm not sure if we've actually got any in the office. I'll get Tyler to check when he's down on Monday, but we shall certainly be getting that back in stock again for you. Okay, so I've got 2 of those like that. Right, then. Oh, Maggie, I hope he's okay now. You know, with the Half Yard Club, she was asking about the quilt kit. With the Half Yard Club, we have a block of the month. So this year's block of the months is the Santa. So I'm just looking for it. I haven't got it here. Is the Santa applique, and because the quilt is a Christmas quilt this year, that's going to be your last block, and then the next one is making it up, so you get the quilt finished for Christmas. So the next block of the month is going to be launched on January the 1st. And I can't show you yet, but I will be doing kits for them with 10% off for you as well, and it's quite a big kit this time. So that's what that is. So you haven't missed anything yet, because I haven't got the kits yet, and we haven't launched the quilt yet. Pauline's currently making her 5th overnight bag from the Half Yard Club. Everyone's getting one for Christmas. What's your pressing fabrics? So I'll watch back for a project. Right. So let's take the 2 long sections. And if you have a right and wrong side, we're going to sew these right sides together just down the short edge to make tubes. Not particularly worried about seam allowance. I'm using the edge of my foot. I'm getting a new sewing machine tomorrow. Can't wait. My Elna, sorry, my Janome, excuse me, that I've had for donkey's years and isn't actually made anymore. So I'm just about to run out of thread, just bear with me. Yeah, it's really playing up. Well, it's not working, excuse me, at all at the moment. So I thought, you know, I'm having it repaired so often, maybe it's about time it went to sewing machine heaven, and I got myself a new machine. So I've actually gone for a straight stitch machine, which I'm really excited about. It's a Juki. I can't remember the model number. I'm not too au fait with Jukis, to be honest, but I know they're really good, and lots of you have recommended them as well. Don't fill your bobbin up like this, by the way, do it properly. And the man from Juki is in Creative Craft tomorrow morning, so he's going to bring the machine up for me. It does 1800 stitches a minute. Ah, yes! So I'm so looking forward to receiving that. Still keeping these. I've got a couple of these. I think that'll do. Yes, I know, but it's a new sewing machine. Can't wait. It'll be the machine that I use for work, because I'm not carting it down here twice a week. I think it's going to be very heavy. So yes, that's going to be my workhorse. But I still need a machine that has buttonhole stitch and zigzag stitch and things like that. So yeah, Jenny, my Janome, what have you got? The 8000. I don't know these sewing machine names. I'm not a sewing machine expert. But mine, I can't remember how many years I've had it. But something has gone horribly wrong with it, and the thread snipper doesn't work. And when I opened it up and looked inside, it was just rather bent. So I don't know what's happened there. Right, okay, so we've done that. I'm just thinking I should have left a turning gap. Should have left a turning gap in there, Deborah. Where's my unpicker? So at this point we're going to unpick a few stitches. So I'm just getting my sewing box. That's not good for a sew along, is it? Getting it wrong. I think I've left my posh unpicker down in the house. Sorry if that was rather noisy. So now we're going to unpick a few stitches. I'll tell you what, we'll press these seams open first of all, and then we can just imagine that we're supposed to do that. Right. So press open here. And press this one open too. Okay, and then I'll just unpick those stitches. So sorry about that. I think something goes wrong, isn't it? Oh, Mimi's got a sick dog. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, let's just do that. So no harm done. It's just going to be. This is going to be the easiest place to turn the whole thing the right side out. Okay, now we'll do the lining first with the bottom. H200. Not sure, Irene. I'll ask him to have a look. It doesn't take very long to come if you've run out of them. So put yourself on the waiting list. So I'm creasing this side here. And then when I open this up, I'm going to put those two together like that. And then you're going to take your channel, fold this in half. It is, Michelle, it was really an important thing to do, to actually press the seam open and then unpick. I thought that's the way we'd do it today. Oh no, that needs to be on the right side, doesn't it? I tell you what, we'll do that on the outer bit. Don't worry about that now, we'll do that on the outer. Okay. So we're going to put this into the bottom, so we need to gather around the bottom here. You can hand sew that if you wish, if you want to do a running stitch. I'm going to do it on the sewing machine. So here, I'm going to go quite close to the edge, so maybe 1/4 of an inch away. And I'm going to secure the stitch to start with by just doing that and going backwards, and then increase the stitch length up to the longest it'll go. So on this machine it's 5, and just sew all the way around. If you have a thread cutter on your machine, please don't use it. We need the tail end of the thread. Okay, just keep going until you get back to the beginning, and then leave yourself a tail. Oh, didn't sound too good, did it? Right. So remember I marked the crease here. I'm actually going to make a little snip in there. You could, no, I'm not going to draw on it. Let's draw a line. Just so that you can see exactly where that is. So one line there, then that's opposite the seam. And then let's put these two together and mark the quarters. Okay. And again, doesn't have to be exact, just thereabouts. And then what I'm also going to do is the same on here. So one side. I seem to have a little lump in my circle there. And then we'll fold those two together. So we've marked the quarters. It is, Laura, yes, it is like a gnome's bottom. Okay, and then let's gather this up. So if it's not too simple to gather on your machine, then try loosening the tension a little bit, and just take your time. I've only done one row of stitches, so if the thread snaps, we're going to have to start all over again. And I'm only pulling from the one end because it's not actually very much I'm gathering here. So just keep smoothing that along until this is the same size as your circle. You can always count on fashion to matter about that Debbie's saying it's kind of some of his purses from the Regency era. You're right, actually, yes. Mayfair Forest Witch. Only Elsie, yes, just to make sure that I've gathered it evenly is the reason I put the 4 points on there, so it's going to be sitting nice and centrally. So no, not terribly important to mark the 4 corners, as long as you're confident with your gathering. So I'll just keep, oops, nearly went. Just keep going with this until it looks as though it's about 4 inches across. June, I'm on the Half Yard Club Facebook page, not on the Debbie Shaw Sewing one today. Last Saturday of the month we always pop over to the Half Yard Club, so that's why you can't find me on my Facebook page. Okay, let's just keep going. Now with the markings, that's looking kind of the right size, but the gathers aren't even all the way around. So that's just again a way of just making sure that it is even. And I'm starting with the lining in this one, because if you haven't done this before, then this is the bit that isn't going to be seen. So when we come to doing, we're going to do exactly the same with the outer bag. So now, where are we? There's one, there's one. That looks about right. So now let's fit this in. So you can either pin or clip it. Let's have a few clips in there, I think. And that one opposite there. And at this point, see, I need to make this a little bit bigger now. You can start adjusting it so the base fits. And at the end of the day, this is the bottom of a bag of the lining, so it's not like anyone's really going to be taking too much notice of this. So let's just keep clipping around there. And again, you can manoeuvre so that you've got all of this evenly spaced. There's my mark around the bottom. So that needs to be gathered a bit more. That needs a little bit less. That's my mark. So again, just take your time with it. Where's my thread gone? There we go. I think I'm happy with that. A little bit more. Up to the edge. So put as many pins in there as you like. And you know, if you're sewing around this and you do get a little bit extra of one of the fabrics or the other, does it really matter if it's got a little tuck in it? I don't think so. Right, let's do that. And then we'll sew. So remember to take your stitch back down to the regular length. Taking the clip out, I can still move these little gathers around if I don't think it looks even. And then we're going to sew. Stop with your needle down if you need to stop, which you will do, and just keep lining up the edges of your fabric. If you can see the gathering stitches when you turn this through, then you can always take those out. But I did stitch the gathering stitches quite close to the edge, so they shouldn't really be visible when I turn it through. So is that clear what I'm doing? Is everybody okay with that? Are you keeping up? Just move that out of the way. So I'm trying to just make sure that the raw edges are meeting. This will get all kind of bundled up here, but don't worry about that. Almost back to the beginning. And then it's just going to be copy and paste onto the outside bit, but we will put the channel on first. So just keep moving that out the way. Like so. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's just turn this the right side out and see how that's looking. So you should have that. And that's quite nice and even all the way around. With a few, where do these bits come from? They weren't there when I was sewing it. And you can just see a few of the gathering stitches there, but I'm not concerned about that really. Might unpick those at a later date. How are we doing that then? Or how are we doing with that then, I should say. Then we do the same with the outer. With the outer, however, we are going to put the channels on here. So let's turn this the right side out. It's a nice colour, isn't it, Alice? Gorgeous fresh green, she says. So let's just mark the centre here, and then we'll join the seam with the centrepiece there. So the seam is straight down the back. So there's my seam down there. And then we're going to take our channels. Again, I've marked the centre, and that's going over one side here. I will stick a few pins in this one. So right in the middle, and then each side, and this one, and then we'll do the same on the opposite side. So let's flip this over, take the second channel, let's fold this in half, and this time I can just line it up with the first one, so it's the same distance from each side. Like so. So just make sure the edges are lined up, I'm not pulling anything, and through to the end there, and then we'll sew those in place. Sue, I've missed your comment. I'll go back and have a look. I'm sorry about that. I think I've missed something inside by the sounds of things. Right. Let's just sew these two in place. So edge to edge. Don't sew over your pins, please. Take those out as we go. Just sewing through one piece at a time. And close to the edge, as in within the seam allowance. So, hi Jane. Is this type of bag called a Dorothy bag? I don't know. I have not heard of a Dorothy bag before. Does anybody know if this is a Dorothy bag? Who's Dorothy? Does anybody have any ideas as to what to make with my Christmas fat quarters? Says Alana. You can make one of these. Alright, so just keep going. And that is the channels sewn in place. So that's what the top of the bag's going to look like. So let's just pop these away. A dolly bag? I don't know. I've not heard of those before. I thought I'd made it up. Just need to have a look for my bodkin. I have a feeling I forgot my bodkin. Oh, that'll do. Got one of these threader things in the bottom of here. The thing now, I'm doing the occasional show on Create and Craft. I take all my stuff in a box to Create and Craft, and then I forget to bring it back down here again. Because you like to be prepared, just in case you have an email from anybody saying, can you make something particular? So I think I forgot to bring the bodkin back. That'll be fine. I'm just thinking thread and elastics. I'm thinking ahead of myself. A dolly bag. Oh, didn't know. Oh, Dolly is short for Dorothy. Didn't know that either. Just switching my iron off. A Dorothy bag. Well, didn't know that. Can you tell us about the book discount on Half Yard Club for your and other authors' books from Search Press, please? Now then, if you click on the link on the website, or hover over it even, on the image, it'll give you a code, but if you click on the link, Laura, it'll go straight through to the Half Yard Club, and automatically on any of my books you'll get your 30% discount. I haven't looked for a while. I think it says on the website where you go to get your 20% off any other book. Can't remember. Haven't looked on there for a while. Otherwise, you can... It's my computer. I don't know why it's so noisy, Elizabeth. you can just go to the Search Press website and use the code DD105. So that's for anybody. Anybody can get 20% discount off any Search Press book, my books or anybody else's books, whether it's sewing or not. If you use that code, that's something that I've arranged with Search Press for you to be able to take advantage of. So none of the books will be signed. They'll be sent out directly from Search Press. And when you go to checkout, you use the code capital D 105, and that'll give you 20% discount. The 30% on my books, again, they won't be signed, they'll be coming straight from Search Press, is when you go to the link on the Half Yard Club website. Right, so just like before, I'm going to lengthen the stitch and sew around the bottom together. And again, if you preferred, you could hand do this if you wanted to. So just secure, can't talk, securing the stitch there, lengthening here, and so close to the edge. So tomorrow morning I should be on Create and Craft. I'm going to pop back again this afternoon, actually, here, maybe about, I can't remember, about 2 o'clock, because I just want to give you the details of the shows that I'm doing tomorrow. 7 o'clock in the morning is going to be Kim's fabric launch. Her fabric that you've pre-ordered from us will be going out as from Monday. So Create and Craft have got an exclusive for a whole day. I don't know what deals they've done, actually. They normally do some really good prices on 1 metre lengths, but we'll have a look at that tomorrow. And then at 11 o'clock I've got a new bag for you. Again, that's on Create and Craft, and I can't get any more of those, so I'm just marking those 4 points like we did before. So I don't think we'll have those on the website, because I don't think there'll be enough. So yes, that's tomorrow, but I'll come back later and show you the fabrics if you haven't seen them yet, and give you the details of when they're going to be on. I get in. Oh, Jane, yeah, clocks go back. That means we lose an hour, doesn't it? No, we gain an hour. What does that? Do we lose or gain an hour? I can never get my head around that. You'd have thought after all these years on the planet of doing this twice a year that I'd understand it by now. But yes, the clocks go back tonight. So that's an extra hour, isn't it? Obviously. No, I'm not dressing up, Anne. Annette, I shall wear orange and black, and that's as far as it goes to fancy dress. I'm afraid I'm not into painting my face and wearing funny outfits. I'm afraid it's not my thing. But I shall be there in colour. Yeah, I was watching a bit this morning with Martin. Didn't recognise him. Right, so just gathering up again like we did before. Fall back, spring forward. So yeah, we're going. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, that will be nice actually, because if you're doing a 7 o'clock show, you have to be in the studio at 6 o'clock, and I was planning on getting there earlier than that, because I've got a bit of set dressing to do. They don't have set dressing, because I want to make it look nice. So I was planning on getting there about 5:30, and it's about 3/4 of an hour away from where I live. So that'd be a really early start in the morning, wouldn't it? So yes, that's a bonus. It's like it was planned. Oh, it's next week in the USA, is it? So right, anyway, we're sewing. Is anybody keeping up? Have you given up the ghost? Where did that one come from? Giving up the ghost. Appropriate again for this weekend, but why would give up the ghost? Anybody knows? Let me know. There's another one. Right. So again, I'm just hanging on to the bit that I'm gathering with and spacing this around nice and evenly. If I'm gathering anything bigger than this, so if it's going to be a ruffle on a skirt or something like that, puff sleeves, that kind of thing, 2 rows of stitches would be ideal, because it helps to keep the gathering flat, but also if you break one, then you've still got another one without having to undo it. So going to mark this. No, I didn't make my top, Mary. I wish I had more time for dressmaking. There's lots of things I would like to make, and when I see my daughter sewing herself a new outfit every week, I get quite envious. But I don't have time at the moment. Right, let's do that. And again, these don't have to be absolutely perfect. That's a good idea, Nana. Pat's Nana. Oh, Pat, sorry. Pat and Nana Pat. Thank you for renewing your Half Yard Club membership. Welcome along for another year. Yeah, I should take Gary with me. And do you know, Maxine, it's like running up the down escalator, and I've been doing that for years because I think, well, if I just do this and get this out the way, and then I can take a break, and I like this, and then when I come to the top, something else comes along, and then, oh no, and I'll just do that, and I'll just do that, and that's what happens in my head. And I've got so many deadlines. I mean, with the books and things taking me up to 2025 at the moment, and I'm really bad at time management. As in, well, that book doesn't have to be finished for a year. I've got to do it now. So I've got everything all on a go. I don't know what to do if I wasn't there. If I wasn't busy, I'd probably sit and sew. Let's plonk the base in. We'll pin it this time, I think. Sewing Live YouTube channel. Did you see any? No, I haven't seen that one. I don't really watch anything, to be honest. Right, that goes in there. The term give up the ghost. If someone gives up the ghost, they can stop trying to do something because they no longer believe they can do it successfully. If a machine gives up the ghost, it stops working. Yeah, but why a ghost? Why doesn't it just give up? Oh, thank you. Oh, Denise, you're shouting at me. Debbie, Debbie, Debbie. Thank you. Nice to hear from you. Oh, Yvonne, I'd love her to make me an outfit every week. She's got so many clothes. So this is the bit, again, take your time. If you don't match up the quarter points perfectly, it's at the bottom of the bag. Who's going to look? Oh, your clocks don't change ever. I wish ours didn't change ever. It just gets... Oh, no, I didn't, Deirdre, did I? Oh, gosh. Honestly, I did on the... Sorry, excuse my back for a moment. Thank you for reminding me. Wadding on the base. Thank you. I get so involved in these chats. All right. So a little bit of wadding on the base. Now I've only got the 603, 630 here, but a little bit of even a firm interfacing. I don't know what to put on the instructions. Decaville light. It just makes it stand up a little bit nicer, gives it a little bit of firmness. So again, it's not absolutely necessary if you don't have any. Don't go out and buy a whole metre or something when you're only going to use a 4-inch circle. Fancy forgetting that. Let's put the iron back on then. So this is a fusible, so I'm just ironing that to the base. Like so, okay. And again, that just it gives it a little bit of firmness and helps it to keep its shape basically. When you attach the 10 3-inch strips, can you repeat this please? Okay. Before you gather, so I've already gathered that one up. So as the fabric's sitting flat, looks like a pair of underpants now. So before you gather this, Alison, then I sewed that to the centre. So I've got the centre seam going down the back here. So I lined up the channel here, that's folded over in half, and sew it within the seam allowance. It's just easier to do it before you gather because obviously the fabric's gathered now. And then a little bit over there as well. And then I just matched up the sides, so basically they're the same on each side, like so. Okay, hope that makes sense. And then we'll turn it the right side out. Like so. I can't remember what I used on this one. I think I used the G700 on that one. Right. Then I need to make the points again because I used a heat erasable pen. do that one. And then we'll pin this one in. Phew. Granny panties, they are a bit like that, but a bit of Bridget Jones's, I think, Anita. Spain changing the clocks and then not changing them next year. Oh, really? So let's just do the opposite side there. So I'd gather until it looks as though it's around about the right size, and then at this point you can kind of rearrange the gathers if you need to make it fit. And this is the outside of the bag. I know it's on the base, but there we go. It is quite nice to have those evenly gathered. So take a bit of time with that one. G700 Elizabeth. I don't think I've got any here to show you. Oh, that's where, oh gosh, that's where Robin's cloak went. Oh, yes it is. This is G700. Sorry, it's a bit creased up. It's a woven interfacing with adhesive on one side. So it's surprising actually, although it's really fine, it does give quite a firm finish to your fabric. But if you're dressmaking and you've got a collar or a placket or cuffs that you wanted to interface, then this is a medium weight of interfacing, so that's what that's for. But if you're making a bag and your fabric is very fine, so if you wanted to make this a little bit firmer, because it's gathered, I wouldn't use something like a fleece or a foam because it wouldn't gather too well, but you could use something that's fine like that. So that's basically, it feels like a piece of cotton. It's the weight of a piece of cotton, but it's got the adhesive on the one side. I don't think I've got any others. So that's that one. I do like it actually. It's a nice sturdy interfacing for makeup bags and things like that. Did you gather by hand or machine? I gathered by machine, Alana, but you could gather by hand if you preferred to. You just know that if I had gathered by hand, I would have been getting, oh, I don't like hand sewing. But if anything smaller than this, I mean 4 inches is a decent size, but if it was a smaller circle, then I'd probably gather by hand. So I've just got a little bit of gathering that's come undone there. Let's pull that back again. There we go. And then we'll sew it in just like we did before. G700 for the first time. It's great. So yeah, I like it. A pot holder. Oh, sorry, talking amongst yourselves again. That one, gathering by hand. We could do that sometime if you like, Alana. It's just a running stitch, so it's not terribly difficult. So I didn't think I was evenly spaced enough, so I'm just regathering around there. Saza wants to know if the renewal is automatic or it's automatic, but you will be notified. So you know you've got the choice whether you want to renew or not. I think. Okay, let's sew this in. That's fine. Don't fuss too much. You can just get overcritical. Perfection is a wonderful thing, but for most of us it doesn't really happen. And certainly on something like this, you could be very precise. You know, if you're selling something, then that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? You want it to be as perfect as you can. But I'm not too worried that every single gather isn't the same distance apart. Personally. Close, you know, we want it to look good, but not exact. Now this circle is forming the shape of the bottom of your bag. So I think actually more important than perfect gathering is sewing the base in perfectly circularly, if that's a word. It'll make a nice little gift bag, wouldn't it? do like the idea of reusable. And then we're back to the beginning. So let's turn it through. And I'm happy with that. Look, where did they come from? There's no threads there when I'm sewing this. You turn something inside out and oh, there we go, there's a long one. It's like your project's just a thread magnet. So that's my base. Quite forgiving, have to say, with a patterned fabric as well. Thought I'd missed a bit. No, I hadn't. Okay. Let's get the rest of it. Oh, pins are sharp, aren't they? Get the rest of this sewn together. The folded star trivet was a YouTube tutorial, wasn't it? Hello, Doris in New Jersey. We're going to make sure that the lining is inside out and push the outside bag inside the lining. And I'm just going to match up the centre seam at the back. Doesn't really matter, it's round, but you know. In you go. So you could mark the four corners again on this, but it should just fit without needing to do that. Like so. Just hold the edges together with a few pins. Random threads are reincarnated socks or Tupperware lids. Oh, Elizabeth, Tupperware lids. Yes, where did they go? Well, that's where they go. Okay. Oh, Laura's making it with Christmas gingerbread fabric. That's a nice idea. And then we're going to sew all the way around the top. Yeah, that's a good one. Susan, what does a different kettle of fish? That's a different kettle of fish. Why? I mean, we know what a kettle of fish is, but why a different kettle of fish? I know. We say some funny things, don't we? I wonder if DD105. Yes, it's DD105. Code is DD105. I wonder if in other languages, other countries have these weird sayings, or if it's just a British thing. So make sure that the flaps are facing down, and we just go all the way around the edge. Like so. Okay. Almost there, just keep going. It's a nice any time of year little bag, this one, isn't it? You could put handles on it and make it into a little carry pouch if you wish. Circularly. That's a good word, I think, circularly. I don't know if it is one, but it is now. Angie has a cable gnome who ties all our cables in knots. I'm going to turn this the right side out through the turning gap now. And then we'll have an hole in the base that we need to sew over. A lot of our sayings come from Shakespeare, really? So just pull the edges of that away from each other and we'll sew. Now if I was gifting this or selling it, I'd use the same colour thread. Oh, Deirdre's going to make it in red velvet and put some pearls on it. What a lovely idea. Oh, send me pictures, Deirdre, won't you? Fee's mum used to say, don't look at me with that face. Right, more threads. And then we'll push the lining inside. And let's get this iron on the go again. So I'm just going to pull more of them, look. Where did they come from? Were you a sock once upon a time? So I just turned it off. So just pressing this with the seam right on the edge. So I'm just pulling the channel towards me to keep that flat. And then we'll top stitch all around the top. Don't look at me in that tone of voice. That was another one. Oh, June. Okay. So Google says the kettle of fish, the expression dates from the late 19th century and was found most commonly in Scotland and the north of England, where fish kettles were and still used quite commonly. But why a different kettle of fish? So that explains what a kettle of fish is, but why that's a different kettle of fish. I wonder why we say that. Anyway. Oh, hello, Michelle. So you just joined. Well, you've nearly missed it. It's a good job it still stays there, isn't it? If you fall off that wall and break both your legs, don't come running to me. Yes, I think I've heard that one before from my mother, Lisa. Right, so that's how we're looking at the moment. So I'm just going to top stitch all around the top. And then we'll put the ribbon in. Mind the wind doesn't blow on your face. Yeah, if you... Oh... There's another way that that's worded, isn't it? If the wind changes, you'll stay like that or something like that. So when getting married in white silk with lots of beads, that's a nice idea too. Okay, so could use a free arm on your machine. I'm kind of used to doing it this way. And I'm just going to top stitch all the way around the edge, quite close to that top seam. And that'll help the lining stay put. And it looks nice as well. So just underneath the seam I'm going, not directly on it obviously. All the way around there. Almost done. And back to the beginning. Mother always said, wear clean underwear in case I get knocked down. Because if you get knocked down, the first thing they're going to do at the hospital is look at your pants. A different kettle of fish has a different point of view. I suppose so, yeah, I suppose so. Angela's mum used to say, why has a tail and he doesn't? Why has a tail and H doesn't? When I used to ask why. Not heard that one. I used to get, if I was bored, what can I do? Summer holidays particularly. Take your shoes and socks off and play with your toes. That is the most boring game. Or if your dinner was too hot, well, waft it with your flipping hat. I never wore a hat, but I'd waft it with your flipping hat. Stand still and walk properly, Susan's dad used to say. Yeah, always wear clean underwear in case you have an accident. Elizabeth Mum's, what a sketch, or I'm not as green as your cabbage looking. Oh, we've got somebody new. So, was that Vicky? Sorry, I missed your comment. I'll have a look back through later on. Hi, Deborah. Have a lovely rest of weekend from Deborah in Peru. Hello to you and you. Val tried to join the Half Yard Club, but nothing was happening. Val, if you're having any trouble, then email the girls. It'll either be Claire, Sophie or Caroline that get back to you. And it's info@halfyardsewingclub.com, and they're very good. Caroline tends to work over the weekends, but if she's busy at the weekend, you'll probably get Claire on Monday morning, get in touch with you. So don't worry about that, we'll get you sorted out. If you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry for. Shut the door, you weren't born in a barn. My gran used to ask, says Karen, if I found half a crown when I fell over. Really? Why is a crooked letter can't be straightened? Funny, isn't it? Anyway. A ribbon. While you're just having a chat, I'm just making sure my bodkin's not here. Oh, I do like a bodkin. Never mind, I've lost my elastic threader now. There we go. Use this one instead. So your ribbon should be slightly longer than double. So if you're taking it off a roll, I haven't measured this already, it's so it wraps all the way around but not too dangly, but I think I put the measurement on the instructions anyway. Told the kids to put the wood in the hole when you wanted them to close the door. Yeah, Kirsty's dad used to say, were you born in a barn? Funny, aren't they? Anybody, I think we've said this before, but anybody got a bar of soap in the mouth when you were crying in the bath? I've got soap in my mouth. That happened a few times. Right, this will work. Yeah, it's fine. So just going to thread this through the top. One direction for the first one, opposite direction for the second one. Soap for cursing. Oh, I didn't curse. I was only moaning, but oh, you didn't like moaning. Oh, Laura succumbed and ordered the builder bag on special price from Half Club. Oh, they do. Oh, there's special offer on that one. £6.99. That is brilliant value. Is that still on there, Laura? Okay, let's push that up to the end. So I've just knotted the end of that together. So there's still enough ribbon there so that when you open it, it'll open wide. And then the second ribbon, I'm going to go in that direction. When I was a kid and inpatient, my mum used to say, I'll give you a nickel to go buy yourself patience. Not heard that one. Soap in the bath, the joke on the Vicar of Dibley. Oh, I think I haven't seen it on the Vicar of Dibley, but I think, was it the nuns? I think I know what you mean. Y isn't Z and you can't straighten it. Funny that, isn't it? What, that we must have been kids that were spoken to like that, just walking around going, what's that? What's that? That must have been an expression on a lot of our faces when we were younger. Monday. Okay, the October offer is my Build a Bag book for £6.99. Right, so let's tie that one and then we're done. Yeah, so where's the soap, doesn't it? Isn't it? That was the one. Right, so that's not at the end, and that is my little bag finished. It's nice in those colours as well, actually, isn't it? I have got stuffing in there so that you can see the shape of it, but that's how it sits when it's without. That is really sweet. I'm really pleased with that, if I say so myself. So has anybody sewn along? Did you keep up? You can always go back and watch later on if you lost the will. But I think that's quite sweet. Quite enjoyed making that one. And with it having the round base, there's plenty of room inside there as well. So it's quite a big bag. So you could use it as a makeup bag. You could use it as a gift bag. And you could actually use it, as a lot of you have been saying, in your posh velvets and satins, as a wristlet. So maybe a little evening bag or a bridesmaid's bag or something like that. My dad used to say, you make a better wall than a window if I was stood in the way. What's the time? Mum would say, look at her wrist and say, a hair past a freckle. Bernadette, yes, lost the will. She lost the will. She's going to catch up later on. June's going to try and make it for a friend's Christmas bag. That's an idea. The new block of the month. The new block of the month will be January the 1st, Joan. I shall certainly, if not before, I shall show it to you for the next Half Yard Club Live, which will be at the end of November. And do you give it a day off? No, Rosemary. Actually, I don't. Do you know, if I had a day off to relax, I'd probably sit and sew, so I may as well just carry on. But no, I work 7 days a week. Laura's just got to put a ribbon in. Oh, Sarah's not normally here for a live. Well, it's nice to have you live, but it's just a shame that that you're up because your daughter had earache. Thanks, Linda. Yvonne. Might be with heat resistant wadding to store and mini iron. That's a good idea. That would work really well. Yeah, I'll pop back about 2 o'clock. Might not be exact. Because I want to make a bag out of Kim's fabric as well, but I'll be back again about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I'll let you know what's happening tomorrow, and I'll show you Kim's fabrics and what we're going to be making, and the new bags that we're launching on Create and Craft as well. So if you're around then, I shall see you later on. Carol didn't quite keep up. Sorry about that. I thought it was going to be a quick, simple one. Maybe it's all a gathering. Perfect for a Christmas gift. I think so. And it's quite nice being a soft bag like that as well. And again, just a little bit of firmness in the base, but you don't need to do that bit if you don't want to. I will, Susan. I don't know if I'll be going for a walk today because it's drizzly outside and I have a dog that's terrified of the rain. So if it cheers up, I shall definitely be out for an hour walking. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me just do a bit of housework over here. Make sure that the iron is off, definitely. Oh, that's hot. And we need to do, just check on over here. It does look pretty in the greens. I think so too, Biz. Looks nice and fresh and spring-like almost, doesn't it? Right. So if you want to join the Half Yard Club, do pop along there and use the code WELCOME. Lisa's been putting that lots on YouTube. Thank you very much. In capital letters, and you can get a free month. But if you do want to pop along and join us, then it'd be nice to see you there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope to see you in the Half Yard Club. Thank you to all of those that are already there. There's thousands of us now. We're quite a big club, quite a big award-winning club, I have to say. So yeah, and thanks to you for all of that. Polar Bear. Oh yes, if you're on Facebook, have a look at the poll that we're having to see what project you want for next month, and you can have a vote there. So it's down to you what the project for next month is going to be. It'll be a character, but it's entirely up to you. So put your vote on Facebook. I'm sorry we can't do that on YouTube. It has to be on Facebook. Right, okay then. I shall see you again later on this afternoon. If you're around, I shall see you on Create and Craft tomorrow. Otherwise, I shall see you over on Debbie Shaw Sewing, Facebook and YouTube channel on Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I shall see you later. Bye-bye.